All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to be 12:30 in a couple of seconds here. And it is! So let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another One Piece chapter reaction and review. Good to see you, Ogata. Good to see you, Ravi. Good to see you, Halster. Good to see you, Kohagen. Good to see everybody here right now. We got a brand new chapter. I've been looking forward to the first chapter we get in August. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Hold on. I hit the wrong tab. I didn't move the tab over where I was supposed to. Chapter 1089. Chapter 1089. Hostage situation. Because we're pretty much, hold on. Video was playing without me. Because we're pretty much in the state where we're done with Garp on Hachinosu. We're done with like the backstory of what happened on Marijois. Now we're back in the present. Let's go. Chapter 1089, Hostage Situation. Reader request, a cow giving Nami a cup of hot milk as she draws sea charts at night by Paruko. And we have a letter being sent to Nami while she's doing these charts, while Sanji's peeking in the window in the background. The cow gives her a sign that says, a letter that says, "The stars are so pretty tonight, just like you, Nami. Shall we stargaze together?" And Nami writes a reply that says, "Thanks, saw them already." You know, I commend Nami for not giving way to this dude being a massive simp. I commend Nami so much. Some girls would give way to a guy that will give them all the attention in the world. But I'm glad that Nami's not falling for it. But Windmill, ooh. Windmill Village. Windmill Village. This is Luffy's home. Yo, they're getting the news of Garp. Yo, the world is finding out about Garp. Windmill Village, East Blue.
Really? Garp? Vanished at Pirate Island?
Is that true?
It doesn't say he's dead, right?
He's a man of many legends. Don't worry about him.
Exactly, Mr. Mayor.
And this is Mr. Mayor and Makino. And then... And it's Makino's baby who starts laughing.
What's so funny? Oh, yeah, it's just you. Sorry.
You can't help but be worried about Garp, though. The little ones that learned to recognize Luffy recently. You love Big Brother Luffy, don't you?
Ah!
And Dadan and her mountain bandits are finding out about Garp, too.
Garp? Luffy? What do you think you're doing?
Huh? What the? East Blue.
Ah! It's an earthquake!
South Blue.
There's a tsunami on the way. Get to high ground.
The earthquake on this day had no parallel in recorded history. West Blue. Everyone across the sea is... Yo, if this is Blackbeard, angry because of what Garp and his Marines did at Hachinosu, and he's just sending tsunamis all over the place. Because this is not natural. This is not natural. This is an earthquake that's being felt across all four corners of the sea. East Blue, South Blue, West Blue, North Blue. The earthquake on this day had no parallel in recorded history. It caused destruction on a vast worldwide scale.
It's a big one.
Grand Line. Yo, we see Laboon.
What is going on? We're seeing everybody.
Grand Line. We see Laboon at Reverse Mountain. The epicenter was impossible to pinpoint. We see Iceberg and the members of Galila, making it a most anomalous seismic event. We see Captain Hina. Perhaps it was unrelated. And we see Momonosuke. Oh, what is going on? What is going on? Earthquakes that can be felt all over the world.
The epicenter was impossible to pinpoint, making it a most anomalous seismic event. Perhaps it was unrelated.
What's going on, man?
What? And we see the people inside Impel Down feeling this quake as well.
But the quake happened just 6 days after the vanishing of the kingdom of Lelusia.
Climb the hill, now!
And even the celestial dragons can feel it. Whoa. And we have someone going, I'm here at the remains of Lelusia Kingdom. There's no trace of the land anymore. Just an enormous hole in the sea that waterfalls are pouring into. Any further approach is impossible. There's no sign of the hole filling up.
The earthquake caused the worldwide sea level to rise by about 1 meter.
Yo, we see... Okay, let me just say this. When we saw the Lelusia Kingdom get utterly destroyed, I was half expecting that... I was half expecting that we would just see the remains of the island itself. No! Lelusia and the entire area of sea is gone. It is just a hole in the ocean. It's gone. You can't even tell there was a place there because it's just a hole in the ocean that the sea can't even fill up. It's been 6 days. It's been 6 days. And the hole that's left in place of the Lelusia Kingdom, it's not filling up. How deep does this hole go?
The earthquake caused the worldwide sea level to rise about 1 meter. It triggered the loss of several beaches.
And then we cut to the Kamabaka Queendom.
What in the world is going on? What is going on here? The beach has never been flooded like this before. This tide will ebb eventually, right?
Around the world, it triggered the loss of several beaches around the world, as well as several islands.
I was supposed to run on that beach,
goes one of the Okamas.
The flooding's so bad we have nowhere to live. A shark swam right into my house.
We have reports of flooding coming in from all over the world. It's not supposed to be high tide yet. And we're back. We are back at Windmill Village as the What is happening to the world of One Piece? It's not supposed to be high tide yet. We're back at Windmill Village. Hey, maybe today's catch will be huge.
Don't you dare sail out in this!
Meanwhile, on Future Island Egghead in the New World,
water levels are rising around the world? That's right. What could it mean?
A naval summons brought a nation-sized fleet that far outclassed even a Buster Call.
I told you. The mother of all Buster Calls is about to happen! Okay.
A naval summons brought a nation-sized fleet that far outclassed even a Buster Call. The island was completely surrounded by a group of 100 ships, including 20 massive battleships.
Remember, 10 were used to level all of Eni's lobby. We have 2 times that amount now!
The mecha's attacking!
And we have one of the mechanical giraffes that starts attacking one of the Navy ships.
Their crews totaled 30,000 soldiers,
but this machine gets blasted by a laser. I know who this is.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh! And we get Sentomaru.
Hey, I told you not to attack the sea beast weapons.
But it attacked first.
Leading this unprecedented military force was a group of 9 vice admirals,
including Vice Admiral Dahl, who we saw at Marijois before the reverie started. But we got multiple Vice Admirals, including one dude that's got a quintuple chin. And one other dude that has a luxurious looking beard with a white streak going in it. He kind of looks cool. And then we got, okay.
Leading this unprecedented military force was a group of 9 vice admirals and Admiral Kizaru.
This is the first time we see Kizaru ever since he sat in the room with Jay Garcia. And he's just eating a bowl of ramen right now.
Well, you're putting us in a rather sticky situation here, Sentomaru-kun. Could you just surrender and come back over here?
The next time you try that, old man, we're attacking.
Ooh, how scary.
Kizaru's just chilling. He's just chilling, eating ramen.
Punk developed the Pacifista's lasers after studying your powers.
Whoa! Yo! We get a flashback of Kizaru when, yo, he had the Pika Pika no Mi even before he joined the Marines. Or at least during the time when he joined them, because he's seen chilling with Vegapunk and a young Sentomaru just shooting his lasers into the sky. This is a super young Borsalino in this flashback.
Wow, cool! Never thought you'd come to eliminate him one day.
Studying the Void Sentry is a crime even I can't defend, Sentomaru. I'm just another cog in the machine. This isn't a battle we want to have either. The more we destroy, the more we lose.
Seems like Rob Lucci and his cohorts failed to complete their mission.
Seems like Rob Lucci and his cohorts failed to complete their mission.
Yeah, because of the Straw Hats.
On a battleship! It's Jay Garcia.
Don't let them figure out that I'm here.
Yes, sir!
Straw Hat crew barricades itself in with Vegapunk as prisoner. I like this article.
That's Morgan's work, sir.
And what is the truth?
We have not received the mission complete report from CP0 yet, given that Sentomaru is still defending the island. We can be certain that the Labo phase is currently hosting Dr. Vegapunk's Stella and 6 satellites, the 4 Seraphim protecting them, and the 10 members of Emperor Straw Hat's crew. For the Navy to vocally call Luffy an Emperor. Emperor Straw Hat. We live in this age, ladies and gentlemen, okay? We live in the age when Emperor Straw Hat is a word spoken by the Navy. After last night's episode of Gear 5 in its full animated glory, I was like, I'm more than prepared to get more One Piece in my life.
And the 10 members of Emperor Straw Hat's crew, whom we believe to be allied with him, as well as the agents in the lead force, Rob Lucci, Kaku, and Stussy from CP0. The rank-and-file Cypher Pole agents appear to have been locked up in the Fabrio phase by Sentomaru and his Pacifista Mark III units. The Frontier Dome's barrier status is at 100%, meaning that nothing can get in and nothing can get out. It's been an entire day and we still don't know what's going on in there.
Then Jay Garcia speaks.
Where are the research staff and technicians who work on Egghead?
They all evacuated the island yesterday. We've got the coordinates of their ships.
And what if they know too much? Sink them.
Yes, sir. They're going to kill them all. They're going to kill them. They're going to kill everyone who escaped. They're going to kill them. They're not just stopping at Vegapunk. They're going to kill everybody. They're going to kill everyone who lived on Egghead, including the innocent people who may not have known that Vegapunk was looking into the Void Sentry. They're going to kill them all. What is it about the Void Sentry that makes it so that the world government looks at innocent people and says, what if? They go off of what if. Nah, don't even worry about it. Just kill them. There are innocent people that were on Egghead who were just doing their jobs, living their lives. And Jay Garcia's all like, kill them all.
Wipe them out. All of them.
Oh my God!
And what if they know too much? Sink them. Yes, sir. One more thing, Saint Saturn. The pirate Jewelry Bonnie the Glutton has been sighted on the island. Kuma's daughter. She has no more benefit. She has no more benefit to us. Leave her there. She's just a girl.
Understood. Kizaru! We're picking up a signal coming from Egghead. Oh? They seem to be placing a call somewhere. And we go to Marijois. Oh my goodness! What is going on in this chapter, okay? What's going on in this chapter? I still got My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen after this. What is this chapter? It's Marijois. Admiral, that thing on your wrist is a black transponder snail. You can tap the call. Even after all this time, Kizaru still can't tell how to use a black transponder snail. All this time, and he still can't figure it out. The Hall of Power.
Hello? This is York.
It's you.
Hey, this is really messed up. Why are you trying to kill me too? When you only know about the Stella's betrayal. Because I told you!
You too are also Vegapunk, York.
If I had any interest in the Void Century, I wouldn't have told you about this. How dare you!
She has a point.
See, I told you. What did I say? What did I say the day that York said that, hey, if I kill all of you guys, then they'll make me a celestial dragon? What did I say? I said, do you think the world government are the type to keep their end of the deal? The ones that keep their word? You're a Vegapunk just like the rest of them. They want to erase all traces. What did I just say? And now she's realizing it. Now she knows!
How dare you!
She has a point. It's good that you survived. Did CP0 reach the island?
And this is, what is this? I forgot his name is Venus. We got Venus. Let's just call him Venus. Venus is here talking, saying,
it's good that you survived. Did CP0 reach the island? What are the Straw Hats doing now?
The fact that I'm the only one to contact you after last night should tell you everything. The Seraphim are here. Why is this fleet surrounding the island? Are you going to war with me?
And then we have St. Peter.
York.
Jupiter. St. Jupiter.
York, we have changed our minds. Are you able to create the Mother Flame too?
Oh, now you'll play along. Yes, I'm not surprised you want it. I'm glad I sent it to you.
Yes, it is desired.
Desired? By who? Anyway, the power plant that creates it is on this island. So promise me you won't hurt me or the lab.
Understood.
And make me a celestial dragon!
It will be done.
Then you've got a deal. And the first thing I want you to do is... come save me! Before Straw Hat Luffy kills me! Ah!
As it shows all of the elders shocked to hear York crying out, and even Kizaru's all like, what does this mean?
Come quick and clobber them all for me!
As it shows that York is in chains, as the Straw Hat crew the Straw Hat crew and CP0 are standing over York. And they have her held hostage. And Vegapunk himself is okay. He's okay.
Ah, now I see how it all fits together.
I don't, but I'm guessing we'll use her as a shield to escape.
It's like a darn hostage situation.
And we have Jewelry Bonnie, who's finally back. We finally have Jewelry Bonnie back.
So that's what's going on.
So now everyone knows what's going on. Because York said this on a transponder snail that Usopp has in front of her. Now the entire crew, including CP0, knows everything. And the thing is, since the Gorosei, since the Five Elders just let it spill about everything, now the Straw Hat crew knows about everything the world government is having planned for them right now. And that's the end of the chapter. Wow, how the tables have turned. Yo, and she thinks this is going to go well. She thinks this is going to go well. Oh my goodness. And that's the end of the chapter, to be continued. And we're going on break. We're going on break as the Straw Hats are all together. They're all fine. They're eating and chilling. Frankie's in the back chilling with Edison. We got Rob Lucci in the back while Sanji's got some food on the plate, preparing to serve. Everyone's eating. Everyone's eating. They're done running around all of the lab. They're all together. No one is missing. All the Straw Hats are right there. Wait a minute. No. We're missing Robin and we're missing Chopper. We're missing those two. Nope. I'm wrong. Chopper's right there. I thought Frankie was talking to Edison, but Chopper's... Wait a minute. Where's Robin? Chopper's there. I see Frankie. I see Chopper. I see Brook, Usopp, Nami, Zoro, Sanji, Jinbei, Luffy. But I don't see Robin. Where's Robin? I'm looking to make sure. Going from left to right, or at least right to left, we have Jinbei, Zoro, Nami, Luffy, Sanji, Rob Lucci, Jewelry Bonnie, Chopper, Frankie, Usopp, Vegapunk, and Brook, all standing over York. But I don't see Robin. Where's Robin? Where's Robin and where's Kaku? Yeah, that's a good question. Where's it? We are missing Robin, Kaku, and Stussy. We're missing them. Where are they? We're missing 3 people. What are they doing? Are they contending with the Seraphim? Wow. Okay. Now Morgan's article is accurate, and a break next week. On top of that, Saturn is a male chauvinist. Ethan Barrow Venus Juro. Thank you, Ogata. Because sometimes I forget. Their names are long. So the bald-headed dude's name is Saint Venus. Saint Venus, Saint Jupiter, just Saint Mars. Robin's probably finding information. That would not surprise me at all. Okay, let's just go through this. All right, let's see. What are the chances it's Sanji who sent it? Like a guaranteed chance. Legaspi was Dragon's kid all along. Just kidding. I think this is the first time we've seen Windmill Village post time skip that's not in a cover story. Yeah, the only time we've seen Windmill Village was when the whole town found out that Luffy and the crew were back when the time skip started. But this is the first time that we actually gone back to Windmill Village and cut back to a whole bunch of people. This chapter is chaotic in the best way possible. It is. I don't think this is Blackbeard, though. Yeah, I don't think this is Blackbeard. This is from the effects of the Mother Flame being used, which sounds major because of global... Okay, that's what I was spoiled on. Sorry that you were spoiled, Halster. I try to be careful as much as I can, because you never know, especially when people are trying to put out, early readings on like Thursdays and Fridays before Sunday, and they just have it plastered up on YouTube, and YouTube thinks that they want to recommend it to you, and it just flashes your face. Totally obliterated, which sounds major because of global disaster and stuff, but I didn't know the context of how it happened, and now I know. But none of this affects the world nobles, any shape or any way, shape, or form. They don't care. This disaster does what this does to common folk. A Buster call to the 100th power? Yes. Snoop Dogg, he's finally arrived with Saturn. That multi-neck Vice Admiral. Look, that man doesn't have a neck. He just has lumps. He just has head lumps that extend downwards. I love that he's called Emperor, but soon they will be calling him Pirate King, Straw Hat Luffy. On top of that, Saturn is a male chauvinist, silly girl. How did York build it without Vegapunk knowing? We've seen how big it is. Yeah, that's very interesting how, if I go back here, it says, are you able to create the Mother Flame too? Oh, now you want to play along? Yes, I'm not surprised you want it. I'm glad I sent it to you. So my thing is, We've seen the shadow of the Mother Flame. It's capable of floating over an entire nation, and we come to find out that when it was obliterated, it left a gaping hole in the ocean and I guess the shots were so powerful that it had a delayed response. It had a delayed response on the world itself, because earthquakes was felt across every single nation across the seas. Like, hold on. One Piece. I gotta pull this up. I gotta pull up the summary of it. I gotta pull up the summary because this is mind-boggling. All right, so let's do this. Long summary. The residents of Fusa Village are discussing the news of Luffy and Garp's recent exploits. In the article about Garp, they notice he has not been officially labeled as dead following his disappearance on Hachinosu. Whoop Slap assures them that Garp will be fine due to his status as a legend. Is that his name? Is that the name of the mayor? His name is Whoop Slap? His name is Whoop Slap? That's awesome. Mayor Slap. Mayor Whoop Slap. Mayor Whoop Slap. That's how you got to say it like that from now on. Mayor Whoop Slap. You got to clap every time. I can't look at him the same anymore because I know his name. What? His name is Whoop Slap? Like you always say, it's these reactors leaving spoilers on their thumbnail. Yeah, because it generates attention. Doesn't matter. You didn't know? No! No! I didn't know that! Did they show his name in an SBS or something? Because I don't remember seeing Mayor Whoop Slap's name. I can't call him just regular Mayor. Whoop Slap! Whoop! Mayor Whoop! I learned something new today. Was it in an SBS? I don't remember his name being shown in the series. I thought it was just Mayor. I had no idea. I'm sorry. Okay, but going through this, Whoop Slap assures... Whoop Slap. Sorry. Mayor Whoop Slap assures them that Garp will be fine due to his status as a legend, which Makino agrees with. Whoop Slap hears someone laughing and yells at the source, only to apologize once he realizes it's Makino's child. Makino notices that her baby is starting to recognize and enjoy seeing the newspaper photos of Luffy's face. Elsewhere, on Don Island... Dadan reacts tearfully to the news while Dogra and Magra begin to feel the ground rumbling. An earthquake of unprecedented scale is then seen taking place around the entire world. A worldwide earthquake, with its ramifications being felt throughout various locations. Examples including Logtown, Kano Country, the Twin Cape, Kano Country as in the hometown, the home of the Happosuy Army, Sai Don Jinjiao, Baby 5, and the like. The Twin Cape, Water 7, Wano Country, Impel Down, and Marijois, and by the inhabitants of those locations, including Laboon, Iceberg, Momonosuke. Even Im-sama was feeling these earthquakes. I didn't mention that, but he was feeling the earthquakes as well, and many others. The significance of this event would go unnoticed due to no one being able to pinpoint its epicenter, which is the destruction of Lelouch Kingdom that took place 6 days ago. A ship sent to investigate the incident arrives at the site of Lelouch's destruction, where they find a massive gaping hole in the ocean, one that resembles a circular waterfall and leaves no trace of the kingdom. I just had a thought. What's another location we've gone to where it seems like the ocean just goes into a waterfall and a large gaping hole into a waterfall? Not as big as the Lelouch Kingdom, but where's the last place we saw that? Enies Lobby, right? Because I highly doubt that a big giant gaping hole in the ocean at Enies Lobby is natural. Could Enies Lobby have been the point of a previous use of the Mother Flame, and that's the reason why there was a big gaping hole in there? Now, it doesn't exactly explain how they had like the gates of they had like a Enies Lobby and the Tower of Justice on pieces of land, but this isn't the first time we've seen a giant gaping hole in the ocean, though. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking here, because this isn't the first time we've seen a giant, gaping, unnatural hole in the ocean. that is perpetually in waterfall all the time. Enies Lobby had one too. Huh. Let's keep going. I'll give my thoughts here in a minute. I hope you guys don't mind if I spend a little time with this. The significance of this event would go unnoticed due to no one being able to pinpoint its epicenter, which is the destruction of the Lugia Kingdom that took place 6 days ago. A ship sent to investigate the incident arrives at the site of Lelouch's destruction, where they find a massive gaping hole in the ocean, one that resembles a circular waterfall and leaves no trace of the kingdom. The ensuing earthquakes caused the global sea level to rise by roughly 1 meter, resulting in many islands becoming partially or fully flooded. Whoopslap watches the turbulent waves from Fusa Village, confused as to what is happening. So, the earthquakes caused by the destruction of the Lelouch Kingdom have basically fundamentally reshaped the oceans, causing the sea level to rise by 1 full meter. And 1 meter, we're going to do this in feet, and we're going to do it in centimeters for Cohagen. So 1 meter is 3.2 feet. And then 1 meter in centimeters is 100 centimeters. So 100 centimeters of water has just risen across every corner of the ocean. Okay, the ensuing earthquakes caused the global sea level to rise by roughly 1 meter, resulting in many islands becoming partially or fully flooded. Whoopslap watches the turbulent waves from Fusa Village, Fuchsia Village, confused as to what is happening. Meanwhile, as the fleet of Marines close in on Egghead, they receive news of the rising sea levels. The fleet is said to far outclass that of a Buster Call, as made up of over 100 ships, including 20 warships and 30,000 Marines in total. This is the type of force you would have seen if Whitebeard invaded. Actually, I think this is a far larger force than the forces that were gathered to combat Whitebeard for Ace's execution. I feel like this is an even bigger force this time. The operation is being led by 9 Vice Admirals and Admiral Kizaru, the later of whom is eating a meal aboard one of the ships while communicating with Sentomaru via Denden Mushi. Sentomaru berates Kizaru for having just destroyed one of the Sea Beast weapons despite the fact that it had attacked first. Kizaru asks Sentomaru if he can surrender and come back, but Sentomaru warns him that he will retaliate if Kizaru keeps attacking. He tells Kizaru that Vegapunk modeled the Pacifista's lasers after the research he did on Kizaru's devil fruits, and expresses disbelief at the fact that they are now coming to kill him. Kizaru replies that Vegapunk is at fault for having chosen to research the Void Sentry, and that he himself is simply following orders. Believing that the fight would not benefit them since any destruction would lead to losses for the world government, Kizaru makes the assumption that CP0 failed in their mission to assassinate Vegapunk, which Sentomaru confirms was a result of the Straw Hat Pirates' interference. Inside one of the warships, Saturn, who is accompanied by Vice Admiral Doberman, I knew that's what it was, but I didn't vocally say it, I should have said it, but I knew it was Doberman, and several other guards ask that no one be made aware of his presence. He reads the newspaper's title about the current events as Doberman tells him it was the work of Morgans. Of course, Jay Garcia basically says, I like this article because it makes Luffy look like the bad guy and the cause of the world government coming by to take care of him, instead of it being the world government coming by to kill Vegapunk because he simply knows too much, because that would cause an even bigger stir in the world. When asked by Saturn about what is actually happening on the island, Doberman explains that they have yet to hear back from CP0 regarding the result of their mission. But based on Sentomaru's resistance, they can assume that Dr. Vegapunk, his satellites, the Seraphim, the Straw Hats, who Vegapunk is supposedly allied with, and the trio of CP0 agents, Lucci, Kaku, and Stussy, sorry, I gotta shave, and Stussy are all in the Labo phase, and that the other Cypherpole agents were seemingly imprisoned in the Fabrio phase by Sentomaru and his Mark III Pacifista units. Due to the Frontier Dome being fully active, they are certain that nobody can enter or leave the Labo phase, but this also means they have no way of knowing what happened inside throughout the last day. Saturn asks about the location of the island's research staff and technicians, to which Doberman asks that they evacuated yesterday, but are having their ship coordinates tracked. Not wanting them to escape in the event they know too much, Saturn orders the ships to be sunk. Just casually ordering that anyone who evacuated, whether they were innocent, technician, research staff, whoever, kill them all. Doberman also informs Saturn of Jewelry Bonnie's presence on the island, although Saturn, despite knowing her as Kuma's daughter, dismisses any further importance as she may have, and any further importance she may have, and says they can leave her. So that's an interesting one right there. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. Leave Bonnie alone. Take out all the researchers. Jewelry Bonnie is there with Straw Hat and the rest of them. She's not important. Leave her be. Instead of, killing literally. It's strange that Jay Garcia would say, leave her alone. Because if there's even a smidgen of a chance that she knows anything about the Void Century or whatever Vegapunk may have told any of the Straw Hat crew or anyone who's there, you would think that he'd be more inclined to just kill everyone to avoid any information getting out. So I find it strange that he says to leave Jewelry Bonnie alone. Interesting is also the fact that Bonnie is a girl. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. When Jay Garcia says, like, don't bother with her, she's just a girl, I don't think he took it literally like she's a woman, don't bother with her. I feel like he said it in a way of like, don't bother with her, she's just a child. So in retrospect. Interesting is all the fact that Bonnie is a girl, so she turned herself into an adult. Oh, wait, you might be onto something here. Since she can change her age, maybe the five elders are not able to ascertain whether or not Jewelry Bonnie is a big threat, because apparently from what they know, Jewelry Bonnie is a small little girl. Oh, I see what you mean. I understand. They probably don't even know that Jewelry Bonnie is capable of changing her age. So the last time they saw her, they probably thought, she's just a little girl, she can't do anything. Maybe. But let's continue on. Despite knowing her as Kuma's daughter, dismisses any further importance she may have and says they can leave her. Kizaru is then informed of a signal that was picked up from Egghead. The call is also being wiretapped in Marijois by the other members of the Five Elders. York introduces herself as the caller and demands to know why they are trying to kill her along with the others, as she was the one who informed them about the Stella Vegapunk's betrayal. Mars tells her she is no different from the real Vegapunk, which York counters by claiming she would not have revealed her interest in the Void Century to them if she actually cared about it. When asked by Venus Judo, okay, so Mars, Noose Judo, about CP0 and the Straw Hats, York assures the elders that she is fine since she is the only one contacting them and has a Seraphim with her. York asks about the fleet surrounding the island and if it is meant to be a declaration of war on her. But Jupiter reveals they have changed their minds and inquires about her ability to create the Mother Flame. York confirms it can be done via the island's power plant on the condition that they do not harm her or her laboratory, which Mars agrees to, along with her request to become a world noble. Having struck a deal, York then bursts into tears and begs to be saved from being killed by Luffy, much to the shock of Kizaru and the elders. She is seen lying on the ground and surrounded by the Straw Hats, as well as Bonnie, Vegapunk, and Lucci, with Zoro's sword held over her neck while Usopp holds up the Den Mushi speaker for her to speak into. Nami and Vegapunk begin to understand the scope of the situation, while Luffy, not fully understanding it, asks if they can escape with York as their shield. This prompts Bonnie to realize that they are in fact in a hostage situation. There's so much to glean from this. And okay, so here's the big facts. The residents of Goa Kingdom react to the news about Garp's disappearance and Luffy's actions at Egghead. Makino's child appears to be now familiar with Luffy. As a result of Lelouch Kingdom's destruction by the Mother Flame, a massive sea hole has formed in its place, leading to earthquakes and tsunamis happening around various parts of the world. This event causes the Blue Sea's level to rise about 1 meter, leading to general flooding and even submersion of entire islands. The narration confirms Lelouch's destruction happening 6 days prior to the present. The Marines have managed to completely surround Egghead with its fleet. The fleet is led by 1 admiral and 9 vice admirals and is composed by 100 ships, including 20 battleships and 30,000 soldiers, making it bigger than a Buster Call in scope. Some of the Sea Beast weapons attack the fleet, but are shot down by Borsalino. Sentomaru confirms Vegapunk's laser technology was based on research of Borsalino's powers, which is briefly shown in a flashback. Doberman confirms 1 entire day has passed since the Straw Hats arrived at Egghead. Everything that we've seen of Egghead, 1 day. 1 day! Saturn learns of the mass evacuations that happened earlier at Egghead and orders the evacuation ships to be found and sunk. Saturn also learns of Jewelry Bonnie's involvement at Egghead, but tells the Marines not to be concerned with her. York has been subdued by the Straw Hat Pirates and Bonnie. Frankie and Usopp are no longer petrified, and Vegapunk has been freed. York is being coerced to contact the Elders. York reveals she was the one who sent the Mother Flame to Marijois, and that the technology to make it is on Egghead. Due to a special request from Im-sama, the 5 Elders now seek to spare York and make her a world noble in exchange for replication of the Mother Flame. Why would they need to replicate it? Isn't one enough? Why would they need to replicate it? Why would they need to replicate the Mother Flame? You would think one is enough, unless my theory that it is so powerful that it requires either an external power source in order to charge up. Like a Death Star laser, it takes a while for the Death Star laser to charge up. If my theory is correct, in that they need a way to replicate it, because maybe the Mother Flame itself is like a once only charge. That might be the reason why they never used it before, is because once you fire it, that's it. It's like just a one-shot deal. That's how powerful it is. This changes my theory. It's not something that has to charge up over a long period of time. Maybe it's something that you can only fire once. It's incredibly powerful, but you can only fire it once. Why else would they be asking for a way to replicate it? Okay, let's continue on. York begs the 5 Elders to save her from the Straw Hats. All right, that's the end of the chapter. That's the end of the notes. And we're on break. We are on break now from this. Wow. Okay, so the after effects... The after effects of the destruction of the Lulusia Kingdom basically affects the entire world. Who knows what the world looked like before? Like, I'm just imagining here. God Valley is no longer on the map, so it stands to reason that the Mother Flame was probably used back then to get rid of God Valley entirely. So who knows what the world? Ooh. Wait a minute. What if... okay. I just had a thought. So y'all remember how Wano used to be ground level. It used to be on the surface of the ocean normally. But then a natural wall started to be built up around Wano, and then the old Wano got submerged underwater after the natural wall of Wano started to be built up as well and made it impossible for people to get there. What if a Mother Flame was used during the time of the old Wano? The sea levels rose, and caused the natural wall to be formed over time because the sea levels would rise, and that caused Wano to be up higher. I'm wondering here. Hold on, I need to look at Wano's topography before I stick with this. I need to see Wano's topography. I need to see the map that showed Wano in the past. I need to see it. I need to see it before I continue with this theory. I need to see it. I know there's a picture. Like the old, like how Wano looked in the old days. I need to see the old photo. Okay. Let's see. Okay, according to Kozuki Sukiyaki, Wano's country's current bowl-like structure is actually the result of a massive geographical change that occurred in the country years ago during the Void Century. So what if a Mother Flame was used back during the time of the Void Century? That caused Wano. That caused the entire geographical change around Wano. Originally, Wano was located at sea level, much like a standard island, and featured a much larger Mount Fuji, which consisted of 2 uneven summits, the lower one eventually becoming the base for Onigashima. When massive walls were erected around the island's borders through unknown methods, the country became physically enclosed, resulting in severe flooding caused by accumulated rainwater. As a result, the ancient civilization of Wano had no choice but to climb up Mount Fuji and settle around the mountainside, thus leading to Wano's modern appearance. The ruins of the ancient country are still found at the bottom of Wano's seas, having been well preserved due to the water's lack of salt. Somewhere further down those ruins, the ancient weapon Pluton rests. Okay, that's interesting, but result of a massive geographical change that occurred in the country years ago. So, what we're witnessing right now is an entirely just geographical change that's happening in the country. Chapter 1055, thank you. I saw a picture. What we're seeing right now is another geographical change towards the seas of One Piece. What are y'all talking about in chat right now? What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? But what I think we're witnessing here is another geographical change in the world of One Piece. Not on the scale like back during the Void Century or even during the time of the God Valley incident, but what we're seeing is possibly another geographical change due to the Mother Flame, which makes me think that the Mother Flame was used beforehand. Don't worry about it, it's a bit of banner. All right. Okay, I'm sticking with my theory that the Mother Flame is not just one big massive weapon that's an end-all to beat-all. It's a weapon that can be manufactured, but it can't be used consecutively. Why else would the Gorosei be asking a way for it to be replicated? There's a lot of things to think about this. I'm gonna check Tekking, and I'm gonna check the Library of Ohara from Artor. I'm gonna see what they have to say about some of the things in this chapter. Man, look, the world of One Piece basically just changed today. The sea levels have risen. Certain islands have been engulfed. Other islands have risen higher. It's just some places have changed completely. And we're going on break after this. But it looks like York's plan has literally gone up in smoke. Because all of the and here's the thing, we don't see Robin, we don't see Stussy, and we don't see Kaku. And we definitely don't see all the Seraphim right now. So Scott, it's going to be interesting to see where things go from here. All right, I'm done. I got to move on to My Hero Academia, and then afterwards I got to move on to Jujutsu Kaisen. I spent a lot of time on this chapter, but I'm just wondering. The world of One Piece has just changed. We got all these warships that have fully surrounded Egghead. But we also got to remember, and I know you brought this up. Who said it? I know one of y'all brought it up about Blackbeard's ship making its way towards Egghead. But I wonder if they're actually going to still try and make their way towards Egghead, even though the entire island has been surrounded by hundreds of warships. Yeah, we need to destroy that lab. If Im gets his hands on it, he'll be too trigger happy. Could use it so much. The Wano waterfall would be no more. Not only that, but Wano country is one of the biggest countries, one of the natural countries that's literally risen off of the ground. You have to either need to go to the underground entrance, which who knows if this entrance is still viable considering that the water levels have risen, but you got its own natural waterfall that you have to use special means in order to get up to the Wano country itself. So you can't just get up there naturally. But think about what would happen if Im-sama got his hands on the ways to create another Mother Flame and then mass produce it. How many countries that are not on the same level of Wano in terms of height? Imagine what would happen if just nation after nation after nation gets destroyed, especially the nations that have rebelled against the world government, how much of the world will change because they are gone, and how much the seas will rise and change because of those missing entire countries. I still can't believe there's a giant gaping hole in the ocean that has no endpoint of it ever being filled up. It's just a giant gaping hole in the ocean. It's gone. It's also been a theory of yours. Frankie blows up his factory, plus it's kind of a trend for whenever we see a Vegapunk lab, they blow it up. We're 2 for 2 so far. This is number 3. Makes you think how many islands have sunk from them during this doing this over the many years. It's anyone's guess, because imagine God Valley is not the first place to get erased off the map. I'd imagine the entire nation that rebelled against the people that would later become the world government, I would imagine their entire nation is gone as well. Like, if we ever come across any giant sinkholes in the ocean in the future, I guess we can attribute that to the use of the Mother Flame over the years. But I don't know. Robin, Chopper, and Atlas were on their way to York's location before they cut away from Egghead. The Ancient Kingdom had the same fate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The same kingdom, whose name we still don't know. The most technologically advanced nation in the world. The one that stood against the world government, the kingdoms that would later become the world government. I'd imagine this is how they went out too. So if we ever come across any gaping holes in the ocean later on, in later arcs or whatever, I think we can point towards the Mother Flame being used on them. But I don't know. Okay, alright, I'm done. This is getting close to an hour, so I need to move on with My Hero and Jujutsu. So many thoughts are in my head right now. We're on break, too. We're on break. So, this is an interesting chapter. But York's plans, like I said, have gone up in smoke, and she has no way of getting out of it safely because the Straw Hat crew and everyone have her hostage. So, now everyone knows what's going on here. All the CP0, everyone knows. Think the evacuated ships will encounter Law, the Blackbeard pirates, will encounter Law, or the Blackbeard pirates kidnap them. Ooh, wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny? Which is funny, you would think they would be smart enough to wipe Laugh-Tale off the map. Guess they're arrogant to think nobody will find the One Piece. You're saying that like they know where the One Piece is. Because imagine, if they knew where the One Piece is, they would have wiped it out a long time ago. Literally erase the very thing that started the golden age of piracy. If they truly knew where it was, I feel like they would have wiped it out already. They already can't stand pirates. So I would imagine they would have wiped it out already. But it's probably in a place where even the world government doesn't know. Because the world government doesn't know anything. Doesn't know everything. But it's interesting to think about. We'll have to see. I'm done. I'll keep monologuing if I keep going. But thank you everyone for stopping by. This was like Ozzy says, this is a 10 out of 10 setup chapter. And it leaves me with even more questions than before. How is Luffy and the crew gonna get out of this? Because they're now holed up in Egghead with no way for anyone to really get in. All the most important individuals are up in the Labo phase right now. Sentomaru's down below in the Fabrio phase, trying to keep everybody out. And we gotta wait a whole week before we find out what Oda's got in store for us. Alright, I'm done. This was a great chapter. I enjoyed it. Time to move on to My Hero and then Jujutsu, and then I'm gonna chill for a little bit. And if I have the time, I know I said this in my post, but if I have the time, I might boot up Cyberpunk to mess with that a little bit further, because I need to keep progressing in that before Phantom Liberty comes out next month. Also, poor Sunny, it's been left alone throughout all this. But yeah, I'm done. All I can say to everyone here at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, then please, because it helps the channel, and if you haven't done it already, like, subscribe, and share the stream with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples, on to my hero.